I've got a really sweet planeswalker to check out today for Oathbreaker, Dack Fayden. For 1 a blue and a red, he starts at 3 loyalty. +1, target player draws 2 cards, then discards 2 cards. -2, gain control of target artifact. -6, you get an emblem with, whenever you cast a spell that targets 1 or more permanents, gain control of those permanents. Yeah, this seems really cool, and that -6 is really abusable, as we'll see when we go through the signature spell options. Granted, getting him to the -6 could be an issue because he doesn't protect himself like a lot of planeswalkers do. That doesn't make him bad, but do keep it in mind if you're building him. First, let's take a look at the signature spells that could synergize with the +1, the drawing and discard thing. Any card with Delve can use the cards you've discarded as fuel to lower the cost of the Delve spell. We also have a few options for reanimation, although as you probably know, these aren't really the colors for reanimation, so none of the options are really all that great, although I do like Trash for Treasure in that you could sacrifice the artifact you steal from your opponent to return target artifact card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Being limited to just artifacts though, that's not that great. Okay, let's talk about that -6 and what we can synergize with it. This is the most exciting part of the card, I'm pretty sure we can agree. If we want a signature spell that just targets as many things as possible, Dwarven Song and Sea King's Blessing are what we're looking for. 2 really old, really obscure, usually really useless cards, errated to say 1 or more target creatures become red until end of turn, and 1 or more target creatures become blue until end of turn. If you've got that emblem, these both just say gain control of all creatures for 1 mana at instant speed too. While researching for this video, I was surprised to see that hardly anybody is using these with Dack Fayden as signature spells, probably because hardly anybody knows the card exists. Okay, so what other options do we have? What could top a 1 mana instant speed gain control of everything? Well, I guess that depends what you want out of a signature spell and also whether you're playing 1-on-1 or 3 or 4 player. I'm going to mention Sway of Illusion. It's a 2 mana version of the other 2 I just talked about, but it does cantrip. It draws you a card. Is that worth the extra 1 mana? Probably not, but maybe. These next couple seem well suited for 1-on-1. Expedite and Crimson Wisps both give creature haste and draw a card. The draw card is nice, but the haste is really nice because remember, when you gain control of something with Dack, it will have summoning sickness again. A lot of these other cards that don't give haste, it gives your opponents a whole turn cycle to take care of what you've got going on your side of the board before you can actually get any value from the stuff you stole. Next is Mishra's Command, and if there's one card that I might like better than those first 2, it's this one. For X red, choose 2. Choose target player. They may discard up to X cards, then they draw a card for each card they discarded this way. This spell deals X damage to target creature. This spell deals X damage to target planeswalker. Target creature gets +X/+0 and gains haste until end of turn. Okay, first off, we're not putting anything into the X, we're just casting it for red. But this can also steal planeswalkers. Remember, Ral steals permanents, not just creatures. And stealing an opponent's Oathbreaker is a really brutal move. And while we're talking about stealing planeswalkers, Reality Spasm for X blue taps or untaps X target permanents. If you've got enough mana, you can steal all your opponent's Oathbreakers and a good chunk of their creatures. You could even steal lands if you want to. Speaking of which, Early Frost taps up to 3 target lands. Now you just gain control of them. Then we've got a few options that we can cast without paying any mana. Tidal Bore taps or untaps target creature, and you can return an island you control to its owner's hand rather than pay its mana cost. Flame Shot and Pyrokinesis can both be cast for 0 mana. You gotta be a little careful with these though, you don't want to kill the thing you're trying to steal. Just remember that while you gain control of it before the spell goes off, the spell does still go off. It's still gonna deal damage to the creature. If you enjoyed this video, I think you'd enjoy one of these other 3 videos, so check those out if you want to, and subscribe for weekly Oathbreaker content. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.